Okay, YouTube and Twitch. I'm doing a little bit of the old classic Street Fighter on Xbox right now. I'm gonna tape this for Rumble. I didn't feel like setting it up today, so I'll just have to guard what I talk about, since we're not as protected over here as we are on Rumble. I think these other services need to get with the times, and I know they get threatened. Mark Zuckerberg's already put that out there. But you know, if we all resist, they can't enforce. I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you, Amazon and YouTube. Y'all got to quit being. Y'all got to quit bowing down to these people. They're bullies. We weren't supposed to have that in America. I'm sorry. We weren't supposed to have that. Stand up. Expose them when they do this. To be like Elon. Expose them. You don't need to play favorites. You don't need to play games with these people. They're not your friends. Even if they're inviting you to their dinners, they're not your friends. They want to control you. I'm trying to be helpful here. These people aren't your friends. You know, it's okay to be on friendly terms with them. It's okay to be peaceful with all men possible. That's what even the Bible tells us, like Christians. It's okay to be peaceful. It's okay to be friendly with people. But don't let them violate your rights. I'm talking to you, YouTube and Twitch. Try not to get mad at me. We'll be ready to start here in just a bit. That was the latest note that even Mark Zuckerberg released. You do not have to cooperate if it's not lawful and constitutional. You don't have to. You don't have to cooperate. Use your rights or you'll lose them. Use your rights or we will lose them. Let them take you to court. They only arrested that guy at the Telegram the other day to make an example out of him. That's what they were pulling.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Well, I'm muted. Y'all can't hear me. Hold on just a second. I'm going to fix the volume on this so it don't make me go crazy. I hope the hell I don't get the dizziness. If I do it on the TV, play this game, I would get dizzy. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Oh no, I will have it on. So it might be that music that drives me insane. I decided to turn it down some. Maybe that'll shield me some. Hope you're having a good Monday. Can you believe it's already September? I think this is my first stream on Twitch and YouTube since we become September. Wake me up when September ends. That's one of the songs I like for Green Day. I'm not a big Green Day fan. I like some of their songs. I'm going to try to stay out of the political BS. I mean, these bands, they need to realize that they've got fans that might not agree with them and vice versa. I mean, I have my beliefs too, but if I was a musician, last place I would be using as a stage. And I said, I know you got freedom of speech. And I know there's bands that's done it for ages. Eddie Vedder the other night. He's always, like when he was writing the markers on himself back on MTV. That's what he was doing. But I don't completely push it on your fans. I mean, it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to be yourself and no one else is hindered something. That's a good song. Look it up. What's that called? I forgot what it's called. I like that song. It's one of their oldies. It's one of their ones from their Far From Close. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to tell what you believe. But don't be so pushy that you push your fans away. Don't just give a fuck, as you should say. Because they're your fans. They love you. They love your music. Sometimes I've been hard on Green Day. I'm not trying not to be too hard on them. Because he does have a right to his own opinion. And he has the right not to like Trump. I don't care what people says. They all have the right not to like Trump. Just like we don't have the right to like Kamala. And just remember, she's one half of the administration that's already been in play. And we've already seen what they've given her. We got to stop. We're on YouTube and Twitch. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't be political right now. But just remember, I'll talk about that later. But I'm going to try not to be hard on these bands. Because they do have a right to their opinions, just like we have a right. Everybody has a right to their own opinions. I'm a firm believer in people's right to choose. Firm. I'm a liberal when it comes to that stuff. I don't like nobody telling me how to live, and I don't want to tell nobody how to live. That's my opinion. I found a Bible verse to back that up, by the way. And I'm trying to hold on. I believe it's First Thessalonians. I made note. I'll get it up. Oh, I don't even remember 4 or something. But now I've got it. I screenshotted it or did one of those pictures. Posted on my Facebook today, along with one about keeping peace with people as much as possible. I believe in that too. I just don't like bullies. I won't keep peace with bullies. I will fight the bully at his own measure. Like he starts being mean to people about looks. I see something about his looks or her looks. I will throw off on his or her looks. I will hit the bully how the bully hits. With the exception of going to pistols now. I would only fight with fists if I had to, meaning I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to cause any harm to anyone. I'm naturally a good-hearted person, but I can get mean. I'm going to be honest. I'm naturally a good-hearted person, but I can be mean. And I will be, if I need to be. And I won't let people bully me around with the scriptures about that. Because most of it's bullying anyway. They're trying to get you to succumb to their... And they can't use any other measure. They'll use God. Wonder if I can take this liberty to discuss this. If we can't, we'll just get banned. Or we'll just get the video blocked. I'm going to say something. Because I read this all the time. You got this little war. It's... You're saved and no matter what. Or you got to do works and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell y'all, it's somewhere in between. It's somewhere in between is the truth. And what I'm going to tell you what I mean by that is, yes, there should be some changing. And there's a grace period for you to deal with that. But y'all got to let God deal with that. It ain't up to any man to be judging other men. And even I have to reel myself in sometimes. It's not your place to judge anybody. It's up to God. You got to let Him do that. You got to let Him be the one to discipline the person and bring them to where they need to be. Now, I will say, if there's no evidence anywhere that this person, other than just mentioning God, I would probably say that person's, you don't see no evidence at all. I mean, you don't see none. But now, you still can't judge that person. You might get there and he be's in heaven. Or she. Some of them are she's. I say it's somewhere in between, yes. Now, salvation, if it isn't, what did He do it for? You know, there's people that's just firm into the, you must do this and that, and you must be, or you're not a Christian. And I'm sorry, but now, if that's how it works, there's no need for Him to die on no cross. There was no need for it. So I'm telling you, somewhere in between. It's somewhere between the two. Yes, there probably should be some repenting. A lot of repenting. Repentance is something you should do every day. Like, it should be like, say, I'm going to do something. I'm going to cuss today before it's over. And I probably shouldn't speak it because I basically insured it. But now, chances are, what we should do, we should repent at the moment we do it. We should say, get behind me, Satan. That's what He did. He walked around the disciples. Tell them to get behind Him, Satan. We should be rebuking that stuff until we don't longer do it. Even if it takes you billions of rebukes and 10 years of rebuking. You should probably keep rebuking that thing. It's somewhere in between, y'all. Because I'm telling you, if it's the other way, like they said, it was like, oh, you're doing all this stuff, so you're not a Christian. You ain't saved. You're going to go to hell. Well, then what did He die on the cross for? Why was there a need for a cross? It's somewhere in between. I mean, that was Paul's writing the letters to these churches that were worldly and stuff, and he was telling them to get themselves straightened out. But now he still kept expressing about how the salvation was not you, something you did. It's of Jesus. I see both camps. I got problems with both camps. Because there are some people that just says you shouldn't try to be better. And that ain't good either. Because you should be. You should be. There should have been some kind of change in you when you accepted God. I know mine's small because I'm full of myself. And I need to put self down. That's what He was meaning by pick up your cross. Put yourself down. Put your family down. Put what you love down. And choose Him. Now, that doesn't also mean you just go along with everything they say either. I mean, I'm talking about even on the liberal side. Because both sides have a problem. Both the ultra right has the problems, and the left have problems. It's somewhere in between. Don't lean to the left nor the right, like the scriptures tells you. And focus on the things that he tells you to focus on. Now, I also have another problem, and this is a big problem of mine. I gotta just trust in man. My problems doesn't lie with God. My problems are distrust in man. I tend to not believe what I hear and even what I read because that's printed by somebody. I'm sorry. I'm never going to be fully 100% sure about anything until I'm looking at him face to face and he can actually tell me. Because I don't trust men. Men will do anything. It's always, I'm bigger than you, I'm the best, I'm the strongest, survival of the fittest. And sometimes the fittest aren't good people. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Sometimes they just want to be control freaks. They want to be the king of the castle. They want to be the top 8. They want to be the big King Kong. And King Kong will do anything to subdue his or her brother or sister. Especially women. You give a lot of women power, they run big with it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be offensive. Y'all know me. I'm not one of those get in the kitchen, shut up, woman shouldn't speak person. Y'all know me. I'm not like that. I even like some of the female rockers just about as much, if not more, than the men. I could name you off a few of them. Annie Lennox. Would I lie to you? Would I lie? That zombie song. Courtney Love was always a favorite. Medina was always a favorite. Blondie. Blondie was probably my first. I was a little boy when I was liking her. Let's name some more. Kim Gordon. Sonic Youth. I'm not one of these shut your mouth types. I even got some female pastors I like. And at one time, even I was bad at it because I read it because I listened to people misquoting it. It wasn't Jesus that said it, by the way, either. You notice it's in the post Jesus. Jesus always showed the ladies with kindness. Now, he had to rebuke Mary several times and some of the others, but because she was mama, you know. She was mama and she wanted to be mama. And he was okay with that. But now, sometimes mama tried to get in the way of what he was trying to do. And when she did, he had to remind her. He had a job. Like when he was at the temple and him and daddy was worried. Him and his earthly daddy was worried about him. He disappeared. They didn't know where he was at. He had to remind mama that he was here for his father's purpose. And I read those other texts. I read into one other, not this guy I follow. He talks about the alternate routes. He's on YouTube. The alternate books and about how they're probably just trying to keep things from us. I read these books with a grain of salt, but it caught my attention. And I'm probably thinking, because Judas was the Iscariot that betrayed him, there is a gospel out there called the Gospel of Judas. That's the latest I've run into. I was too tired. It was one of the nights we came home from one of the shows. I was trying to listen to some of it. I heard a piece. I'm not sure what to think of that thing. You got to be careful with that stuff. But at the same time, I don't stamp it out because I'm out to hear everything I can hear and make my full mind up to my advantage. Now you got to be careful because there's a great deception coming at the end of time. A big, great deception. He warned us about it. That even the elect could be fooled. So I try to guard my mind that way. Yet at the same time, I will at least look into it. Y'all know me, I was listening to Art Bell. I'm an out-of-the-box thinker. And I'm sorry. They like to quote this. Just because they say the Bible says, and let me put it this way, they say the Bible says it. And I also take into consideration how it is interpreted. Are they interpreting it right? Now, I could be setting myself for the biggest failure of all time by being that way. But I don't trust man. I'm sorry, I don't trust him. I've told you, I will have to actually be face to face with him and have a conversation with him to know whether what I am being taught and what I am been hearing and what I am even sometimes, because I like looking at the whole scripture. There was a time I wouldn't even, till lately, I didn't even look at the numbers. The numbers are important because that's how you memorize. Do you realize there was a time that we didn't even have a Bible? We weren't allowed to have one. So there's another thing. That's another false doctrine. You know, they always quote, read your Bible. And yes, I say read it. That's the only way you know it. That's the only way you know it. You don't let no man just tell you what it says. They will pick their scriptures, and pick it apart, and find it to hold whatever belief they believe. Whatever they're believing. I tend not to go with any. I tend not to even trust my own beliefs. Because it is possible. It is very possible that everything you've been taught has been a lie. Indeed, I'm a firm believer in that. Including what you've been taught about God. I say if there's some real mysteries out here about him, they've hid them. They don't want you to know them. Because they don't want you to know that you're like him. We were created in his image. That goes back to beating the chest of I'm the big 8. So that's why even though I may not trust these other books, I at least look into them. Because they might be hiding something from you. Because there's people that don't want you knowing things. There's people that don't want you advancing because they want to have the foothold over you. They want to make the money off of you. They want you to be in their little camp. They want to control you. In some ways, America, I'm going to have to turn this game off. I'm starting to get the motion sickness. So I will go to another game. I want to play it, but I always get the motion sickness with this one. I can play some of the newer ones. I don't have the PS5 on right now. And, be frankly, I don't even have the disc in the machine. I bought those on disc because I could get them cheaper on the disc than I could the download. So I've got disc on those. So I'd have to get my actual disc out. So we're going to quit this game. We're going to find something. Maybe I'll go into Cyberpunk or something. I didn't name a game. So I don't apologize for being the way I am. And I don't care who tries to make me sound like a heretic. Or what, I'll leave that between God. If God throws me in hell, well, it's my own fault. I just don't have trust in people. I'm not sure what I want to play. I'm seeing some new games lately, so my console ain't as full as it has been. Because I'm seeing some new games I'm interested in. I've been uninstalled a bunch of them to make room for newer games in the future. I'm not sure what I want to play. I need to probably start building some storylines and even building off some more storylines in the JCBW. Because I kind of bum rushed Boza Mania just to get it out. I should have just let it went into September. Because I kind of bum rushed it. And it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to. Because I was trying to build some stories for that thing. Well, we got September and October to build for Hell's Hell. I don't think I'm going to do the whole month again. I think I'm just going to do the one event at the end of the month. Past 2 years, I've done it crazy. Let's go into the NASCAR. That'll be easy on. See what races I have at Wood. I'm seeing some new games I'm interested in. And my console's full, so I was uninstalling a bunch of them. I should uninstall Red Dead. Red Dead is the biggest game I've got installed on it. I don't play Red Dead much. I like it, I just don't play it much. I may just try to see if there's room on the hard drive and move it over, and then when I want to play it, move it back. That's what I think I might do. Because it'll take it about a day and a half to reinstall if I uninstall it. And I want to play it again. It'll take a day and a half to reinstall that fucker. There goes! First cuss word of the day. Fucker. I haven't won Atlanta on this one. I've won Auto Club. I've won Bristol 3 times. Canada 1 time. Charlotte none. Charlotte 2 none. Chicago. Let's go to Chicago. Chicagoland Speedway. Chicagoland Speedway. Not sure how long I'll stay on today. I'm kind of not feeling good today. That's why I wasn't on last night. I decided to kick back. I'm having one of them times where I'm out of energy and stuff, so. Well, it's hot. I turned my air back down and I'm cold. We're going to practice. Practice makes perfect. Oh, I'm going off the road. Going off the road for the show. I gotta quit rambling at certain individuals too. I mean, it's over. It's done with. They probably never really wanted us there anyway, to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I think he was looking for an excuse. But the thing about it is, you're talking about a grown man. You're talking about a grown man. Daddy shouldn't be making dating decisions for a grown boy, especially just because he's disabled. And that seems like abusive to me. People can get mad at me. Somebody can get mad at me and say, and no, I don't like sticking my nose into things. But now he has affected my sister, and he has affected his son, which was my friend. I would be a bad friend if I didn't say something about that. Even if he is his dad. I mean, it ain't like he's mentally disabled. He's sharp. I'm gonna tell you, that guy's smart. You talk with him on a lot of things. I've talked with him on a lot of things. Many conversations over his past 8 years. He doesn't need his daddy making his decisions for who he dates. Daddy's going to feel bad right now because he don't like people talking. But I was talking about his brother being abusive to him, bullying him around, bullying his girlfriend around. That's what started the leg that led to the fallout that got me thrown out. And I kept most of it private. And now that's what did it. They even brought back them 2 fat bullies that run 9 people off. A family and a few other people complained. Brought those 2 fat bullies back because I said I might not come or I wasn't going to come. But then I ended up going for this. My sister, though, she never said she wasn't coming. She never said that. That was me. They're bullies, y'all. They're big fat bullies. They literally tried to pick a fight with a cripple. And I know I'm not the most cripplest person in the world, but I am a cripple. I have issues with my legs. There's a lot of that I don't tell you for reasons. But I just know I have the issue. And I don't care whether people think it or not or know what they believe or what they don't believe about me. I am disabled. Tried it in a woman that was 2 years at that time away from 80. These are the kind of bullies that those two individuals are. Forgive me for not caring about her feelings. And I'm going to tell y'all know like wrestlers come out beside the rails and they go past the rails. And like this weekend, one wrestler, this lady, she's sitting beside me. He called her, "You're ugly." And she said, "You're a donkey. You look like a donkey." I loved her reply. Her reply was good. What did this little fat girl do? She goes and runs to the owner like a teacher. The tattletales on me, but all I did was walk past the bleachers, and I played it on that video I dropped. Hit the gym, fatty, as I walked by. But I mean, she had been ugly to us. She'd been ugly about my eye or something. I got an eye that's kind of loose because it had nerve damage in it. She was ugly to my sister since she was 600 pounds. She's nowhere near it. I was number one. And she was giving me a terrible look. You know, like the wrestlers when they come out and they're looking at them. And sometimes I say, "Don't look at me, boy. Don't look at me." Or they're saying something to them. I say, "Hey, fat boy, go lose some weight." I did nothing that the wrestlers don't do. Now, I wasn't a wrestler. But I mean, it wasn't even a big deal. But now that's why I've come to the conclusion. We wasn't welcome to there anyway. Because these two bullies, and if you hear their history, and I have talked, one thing that LP has told me, these people have been in trouble for many, many years. I've heard it from other people too. Long before I was ever there. Forgive me for not caring about her feelings. I don't like bullies, y'all. I try to live as peaceful with people as I can, but I do not tolerate. I have zero tolerance for bullies. 11's trying to pass me. 11's trying to pass me. 11 passed me. We'll try to stay on him. Hamlin. Now what number is that? I can't see it. My car's blocking. I stopped him from passing. Christine, that strawberry girl, Christine. I rammed his ass. I gotta quit being mad though. I gotta get over it. Because he's harmed his own son more than he's hurt me. There's other wrestling shows and there's other gyms. He's been a bully to his son. But I wouldn't even be a friend of LP's if I didn't say something. I know how sharp he is. I've had conversations with him. We talked on many of things. He's real sharp on wrestling. He knows his wrestling. He's like a wrestling encyclopedia. I'm not that good, y'all. Even stuff I grew up in. My mind couldn't tell you a damn thing about it. Because I study more stuff like Illuminati and news, keep up with news, and what they're doing to our country, and those are the things I keep up with. And even I forget some of that stuff. Sometimes I need a memory refresher about that stuff because it's always happening. You wake up every day to new events. Every day passing of current events. Marilyn Manson sung about the isolation is the oxygen mask. How's it go? Breathing to survive. I'm not a slave to a God that doesn't exist. And I think he exists, y'all. But now, that song has some good notes in it. I'm not a slave to the God they say exists. Like how they interpret it. I try to interpret him myself. And I could be wrong. But now I do believe it's somewhere in between. You know what creates that spirit that those people hate so much? Is those bullies that try to tell you how to live your life. Nobody wants to be told what to do. Nobody wants to be told, look down on and stuff. God, he got me. My damn nose twitched. Right at the end. Get out of my car, Satan. Almost won there, y'all. I may never get back up to the #1 position. That little schmuck. That little schmuck. If somebody was trying to leave my sister some bullying comment about her getting thrown out, I don't think these other events are going to throw a person out over somebody's problem at another show, because these are competitors. They're competing with each other. Especially these locals. If they run shows the same nights, they're wanting bodies in their seats. Realistically, nobody's going to do that. I doubt it would happen. Not over 2 fat losers. When we never cause problems for anybody. Those fat people, those fat losers are the problem. And I told you to your face, so shut the fuck up. Look at my face. No, I didn't say nothing to you the other night. I was more mad at him than I was you. Indeed, I wasn't even thinking about you. I think about you. Whoa. Yes, I do. I wasn't even thinking about you. I seen your ugly fat self, though. I seen you. Sprawled out on the bleachers like a boar. But don't make fun of people and be that ugly and big. Don't throw off on other people. You big fat ugly thing. I wasn't even concerned with you the other night. I bet I won't be. I'm #2. Maybe we can have. Maybe if we can get past him, we can do it. It's Bush this time. Head for the mountain. Head for Bush. He's sponsored by Monster Energy. Let's see what we can do. Let me get ahead of him, Lord. Jesus, build my heart right. And Satan, get out of my car. Because even when I'm bad mouthing people, that's Satan in my car. Oh, Lord, they're all coming on me. And I can't seem to do anything. Come on. Come on, Lord. Build my heart right. This car ain't as good as the green one. This car ain't as good as the green one. Bush is #2 now. Head for the mountains, head for Bushville. Head for the mountain, head for Bushville. Oh, Bush is #2 at 1. I'm competing with lights there. Come on! Come on, Jesus! Now we gotta compete with this guy with the light on his car. Is that Bud Light? Get yourself a dress, buddy. Oh. Not on Rumble. Okay, hold on. Ooh! Oh God, I'm going off the road. No, I lose my spot. How many laps? I still got 2 laps to go. Well, this is a race of races. It's actually got the action in it. The Days of Thunder. I'm competing with these 2 schmucks over here. I'm competing with these 2 schmucks. The monster schmuck is on my back. Oh! This has the action in it. Not all my races have action in it. Well, I'm done lost it. I won't catch up with them. Head for the mountain. Head for Bushville. Anybody else remember those commercials better than me? I just don't have a tolerance for bullies. I'm sorry. If people sees me as bad, you just have to see me as bad. I don't have tolerance for bullies. I try to be a nice person. All I want is the Pepsi. All I want is the Pepsi. I try to be the nice person. Just so y'all know, I've never been diagnosed with any mental issues. It's not up to other people to be diagnosing. They're not doctors. I did have a, what did they call it? A protective, like, it was, when you looked it up, it's sort of like you're very cautious of things and you don't, like you might not go somewhere one day because you think something might happen to you or something. I was diagnosed with that. I've been doing a lot of get behind me Satan on that, by the way. I kind of don't let, especially since 2020, I don't let stuff like that dictate to me anymore. But when I was younger, I was kind of like that. That's the only thing I was diagnosed with. Get behind me! Get behind me! I taught myself through that junk now. Satan! I use the Bible to overcome that. Satan! Fear not, says the Lord. He always told you to fear not. Including bullies. Don't fear the bully. Get behind me, Satan. Let's try this one. Indianapolis. It may be one of them tracks I can't drive. We'll find out. Some of these tracks I can't drive. A cray. I got twists and turns. That's number 2 and number 4 in that other one. We'll try again later. I just have a low tolerance of bullets. Only thing I'm guilty of. But now, if these other companies don't start standing in line and standing up for what they believe in, we're in trouble. You're in trouble. Just like they arrested the guy at Telegram, they could arrest you. And just think, when they get their power in place that they're seeking, then people will want to stand up, and it'll be harder to stand up. Now, yes, you could still do it, but it'll be harder. You better do it while you got the freedoms to allow you to do it, and fight them in court. It's like Trump's doing. He's fighting them. He's fighting them, y'all. He fight as he shook his fist. He's fighting them on every level. And the rest of you need to, too. I'm talking to you other companies here. Don't let them bully you around. You see why people wants me silent? Because I'll stand up to every bully imaginable. Whether it be personal bullies, local level bullies, national bullies, international, even spiritual bullies, like Satan. I'll speak up to spiritual bullies, like Satan. I fear not. That was a dangerous verse when I read that as a kid. Very dangerous. Because I wasn't under the confines of religion. It and rock and roll got me into trouble at school. It, Axel, Dave Mustaine, and Jesus. You've heard that song, Jesus and Mama? Well, all three of those things got me in trouble because I wasn't confined to church. I wasn't confined to going to church. I only heard the preachers that were on the TV. And even them I was half paying attention to back then as a stupid kid. My brain was in music. And that little verse alone got me in trouble, along with rock and roll. Because I started using it on the social workers and the principals and the teachers. You know, he was before Pilate. I looked at Pilate as a bigger entity than them. And I thought, well, if Jesus didn't take a knee to Pilate, I'm not going to take a knee to them. See, it's all how you interpret something. By the way, I count Jesus a rock star. He was actually a rock star. They pinned nails in and pinned him on a cross. They did worse than just damn them in articles. And there's a song about that. Marilyn Manson covered it. I'm not going to say the title here. We ain't going to beat anywhere near. Well, there's a chance. If I can hold my spot, and it's going to be hard. I bet we're going to have another battle. The battle of the cars. See if I can Christine somebody. Number 22 is on my tail. 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 It's the color of Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles. Bom, 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 bom. Oh, who's a schmuck? Got a green car on my butt. These two have passed me. Number 19 on my tail. Kileski is number 3 now. Kileski is number 3 here in this race, and it is a fight for the finish, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fight for their lives. These cars are fighting, and Christine is going around I can't see the number 4. Bush is number 1. Can she head for the mountain? Can she head for the Bush beer? And she's past the bush. She's past the mountain. She's past the mountain. Praise you, Jesus. Praise you, Jesus. How many laps do they have to go? It's 2 of 3. She's still got to hold her own until the final lap. Will she do it? Will Christine do it? Representing APFNS brand. Representing the APFNS brand, Christine Griswold is number 1 right now on the 2nd of 3 laps. One thing he hadn't replaced though, because I don't like those two people. I don't kind of not like him because I didn't want to. I liked him as a wrestler. I even liked the son as a wrestler. I didn't want no problems with him. I just don't take no bullshit at all. I didn't care about those people at all. They weren't in my life, in other words. So I'm just mad right now. Just mad. I'm gonna try not to let it go any further than that. I'm using some tough words. I always speak tough. You gotta cry tough out in the streets to make your dreams happen. I always use big words. Woo! Jesus is in my hot ride today. At least here. Big machine vodka. I don't know if he's there or not. He don't like vodka. Jesus don't like none of that stuff, y'all. They don't like the herb. They don't like liquor. He don't want you being stupid. That doesn't mean I'm preaching to. If you that's what you want to do it. I mean, I can't tell you what to do with your life. I'm a liberal when it comes to that. Whoo, we won. Whoo, we got another win. Praise Jesus on that one. Now, Kyle Busch is one of the top drivers. No wonder I have trouble with him. You got it. That was Indianapolis. I used to get my tapes from there. Terry Hall, Indiana. It was near it. Terry Hall, Indiana was where all those Columbia House cassettes came from. Viva Las Vegas. I won Las Vegas. Kansas City. Kansas City. I believe Kansas City's where that bad track's at. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Let's see what time it is. I've been on for about 52 minutes. I don't mean to badmouth anybody. I tell you, I just don't like bullying attitudes. But now, if I stayed quiet about that, y'all, I wouldn't be a friend. I would not be a friend if I didn't mention it. Because you got to be a voice for the voiceless. I would want somebody saying something about me if I was being done that way. I would want somebody out there voicing it. Because I want to try not to ever let anybody get over me. Because I'm telling you, when I was signing up for my disability, that's one of the things I firmly stood up for. I even told it to the judge. I don't want nobody over me. He said, don't worry, son. Nobody is ever ruling over me. I will rule myself. I'm sharp enough. I'm smart enough. I'll rule myself. Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City. I'm deciding about whether I want to get off or not. I'm not really feeling this good today. I did win Daytona. I've never won Atlanta, though. Let's go back to Atlanta. You know, that's nearer me. Atlanta's closer. Atlanta is Georgia. Georgia. Sometimes I want to leave Georgia. But really, I just want to get out of Dalton. I think I'd be happier if I got out of Dalton. It's smelly. You got these old plants. You got everything else that comes with it. Overcrowded. Even their school's overcrowded. I seen them complaining about that the other day. It's overcrowded. Why would you want to move here? I'm talking to future people here. Move, even if you get a job here, move outside it. It's a shithole, I'm telling you. It's a hellhole. You do not want to live in Dalton, Georgia. It is one big, noisy, putrid hell hole, smelly. You always smell chemicals are burning. It's smelly. Stay out of it. It's poisonous. It's toxic to your health. It's toxic. And let me add another thing. The police make false arrests. Of course, that can go on anywhere. We got corrupt police departments everywhere. False arrests, y'all. False arrests. We do need to unelect that sheriff, though. You make sure you go and vote against Chitwood. Vote against him if you live in Whitfield County. He'll put his signature on false arrest. A false arrest that I witnessed. And nobody talked to me, by the way. I witnessed most of the whole thing. And nobody spoke to me. Nobody got my side of the story. He needs to be unelected and sent home. He's been up there too long anyway. I mean, anybody stays that long. Do you realize he's been there since I've been a young man? Send him home. That guy that was the Republican, he actually said he believed in the Constitution. Now, we'll have to put him to test on that. He said he believed in constitutional. He wanted to deputize the officers in ICE. That means he's going to be looking out for you on the illegal alien front. We need to send that joker home. We need to send that joker home. Send the joker home. Send Chitwood home. He's been up there long enough. If you live in Whitfield County, vote against him. Kansas City, here I come. We're going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Boy, this is a hard one. I ain't even hit the practice goal yet. How am I going to win it? I can't even hit the practice goal. And if you live anywhere near those carpet mills, your ears are going to ring all the time. They're going to make your ears ring. That's how fucking noisy they are. So your best, if you got a job in the area, your best bet is to get you a place to live outside of Dalton. I can never recommend anybody coming to live here. Never. I mean, yeah, you're going to have the restaurants. The only thing you don't have is a Target. You don't have a Target. You got a Walmart. You got some of the Dick's Sporting Goods and some of those stores, I think. I think there's a Dick's. I think it's over there where I bought my mattress. You got everything you want, everything you need, but you won't have your, well, let's just say you won't have your peace of mind if you're around these plants and stuff. They're noisy as fuck. I sometimes wake up with my ears ringing. And it's 24/7. It never stops. Just think about the toxins you're breathing. from the fucking thing. Like, no wonder I'm riddled with health disorders. Some of them are inherited. The neurological one is inherited. There's that by genetics. Send Chetwood home. Send Chetwood home. Vote for the guy that wants to deputize the office of ICE. Vote for the guy that promised he would stay constitutional. That's important. Now, we also need to hold him split to the fire, and if he don't, call him out on it. We need to at least give him a chance. This guy's had plenty of opportunity. He's had plenty of opportunity. He's been a sheriff for, I told you, he's been a sheriff for a very long time. Time to send him home. Even if this is taken down on YouTube, it'll go on Rumble. And I'll try to get it on BitChute. I ain't been good at that the past few days. I'll try to get it on BitChute and UGETube, but it will definitely be on Rumble. Definitely be on Rumble. And I'm not going to make the practice, so I'm just going to end it here. I'm going to make the full out. We'll try to make the full lap. And then I'm going to get off and close for today. And I hope y'all have a great day. I hope I didn't ruin some of y'all's days. At the end of the day, I game and have fun. Sometimes I ran off my issues of the day. Because it's good therapy. It's good therapy. Talk about my woes and get them out. Get them out of my system. I think he made a full. She made a full out. So we're going to ease it on over. Move it on over. Move over, little dog, cause the big dog's moving in. We're going to pull her over. Pull her over. And I'm going to quit the practice. There we go. And I will see y'all another day. Tonight, hopefully. Tonight, hopefully, but if not, another day. By the way, at our new gym we're going to, she's going to up it some. She's going to, instead of just doing 2 days a week since we were in Ringo cost us some gas. We're going to do 3 days, so what I'm going to do is, they got a track. I'm going to do 2 days of workout. And that third in-between day, I'm going to do the track. I'm going to walk. So that's what we're going to do. I'm only going to work out the 2 days. I'm not going to push myself because sometimes I would overdo it. Like say when I was doing it at home. I would wear myself. So I'm going to give me a rest day in between my 2 workout days. Besides, I was reading that was good to do that. Especially if you was building your muscles. You wanted to have so many hours rest in there. So we're going to try it that way. And if I don't like it, I'll up the ante and do it differently. Till next time, y'all stay good. Try to live peacefully with people as much as possible. That's some good advice from the Bible. There's some good things in the Bible, and then there's some things that I would probably say, God, that's too extreme, and I'd even tell it to him. I know you're God, you can make your own decisions, but some of that's extreme. But now I get his point on some of the stuff. that even I seen was extreme. Because even Michael Savage was quoted as saying this. A lot of that was about preservation of your society. It wasn't even about being the dictator and telling people what not to do. He wanted his people to survive. So he ruled out anything that would have lessened. You know, that's one thing this America don't care about. It doesn't want to push you to be healthy. It wants you to push you to be unhealthy. It wants to feed you unhealthy food so it can kill you. I better shut up. I'm shutting up. We got to shut up. We'll talk about that on Rumble. Because they will ban that. But now let's go on.